Today I want to introduce you to a man named Dave Lorenz. That probably doesn't mean a lot to you, but it does to me because he's the guy that mentored me in leading worship more than 40 years ago. And I got to sit down with Dave recently and just kind of reflect on some of that. He was a missionary in Papua New Guinea, and then when he moved back here to the States, he was put into a situation where he needed to develop a worship ministry. And that really wasn't his background. He's strong musically, but he was from more of a liturgical background. And so coming into that situation, it really kind of stretched him quite a bit. But he talks about, it's kind of brief, but I wanted to at least give you a glimpse of the guy that mentored me. He talks about what it took to make that happen. So here's Dave Lorenz.
Well, when I actually got into leading worship as in a worship team setting, there wasn't a lot out there really at that time. So we kind of developed it on our own. When I was thrown into a situation where I was a worship leader and I was the only person, I had to figure out, okay, where do I go from here? Because I'm not going to be a one-man show. And so little by little, and fortunately in my situation, I had lots and lots of resources over the years to draw from. But in those days, I didn't. So I just took what we had, and we worked with that. And over time, of course, the Lord brought in some wonderful musicians and vocalists and all the rest of it. So my task, it seemed to me, was to try to figure out how to create a worship team. And that terminology was foreign to me, worship team. And what is that? Where's the organ?
Now, I did this video primarily for smaller churches because I want to give you a vision that's bigger. He said in there something along the lines of he took what he had and worked with it. And I think that's so important for us because a lot of worship leaders have this grandiose idea of we're gonna bring in immediately all kinds of amazing musicians. We're going to have this incredible music ministry. And most of the time that doesn't happen. I'm not discounting the sovereignty of God. It could, but most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time you're growing gently and slowly. And that's really a biblical principle. If you're faithful in the little things, you get more. And that's really what Dave talks about here. And that's what he did. He started with something, took what he had, worked with it. It grew, it flourished, it blossomed, and really became pretty amazing over time. But it was that beginning thing that I really want you to understand, especially if you're a worship leader in a smaller church, because that's so crucial to get a hold of. Take what you've got, work with it, pray that God grows it, but be willing to deal with deal the hand you've been given, if you will. Deal with what you've got and work with that right where you're at this point in time.
Brought to you by myworshipleadingcoach.com.
Helping you to be more fully equipped as a worship leader.